Hello and welcome back. We're on part 2 of ginger sponge cake. Now I will just show you, it has got a little bit burnt, but what I wanted to really show you was the fact that my greaseproof paper did actually work. As you can see, it didn't catch fire. All fires were averted, and it actually did the trick, made it come out of the case quite nicely. So I'm just peeling the paper off now. It has had a chance to cool down a little, that's why I'm able to hold it. Unfortunately, it hasn't risen terribly well. I do believe there was meant to have been 4 dessert spoonfuls of milk added to the sponge. That could be why it's a little bit thin. Never mind, the fact is we are still going to eat it. It will still be lovely, but it would help if all the ingredients were added. The other thing, while this has been cooking in the oven outside on gas mark electric 180 for 20 minutes, I found my ginger. I knew I had some ginger somewhere and I found it. It was right in the bottom of the cupboard. So thankfully I've now got some ginger again. And we are now going to make the icing. I'll just get the, hang on a minute Bailey, out the way, out the way. This is the other ones. So we've got 2 like that, be fine to eat. Anyway, so we're going to make the mixture to go in the middle now. 1 bowl, icing sugar, I'll put some there, and as I say, milk was forgotten in this cake, so do add 4 tablespoons of milk if you're following this recipe and want to try it. Also, don't forget this was Wendy's recipe, but no, I'm sure it's down to me, nothing to do with Wendy and her cake making. Right, now the one thing I don't do is I don't ever measure out my butter icing. I just sort of go for what looks right. So I've got some icing sugar here, which I'm just going to mix, put, you know, sort of put through a sieve. Again, this is quite crunchy due to the fact that caravans do get a little bit damp, and things like icing sugar will always take up any moisture that's in the caravan. So I'm just going to try and get these lumps out. If not, I'm going to give up with this and open another bag, because this is quite a lumpy icing sugar. It definitely needs to be smoothed down. So I think I'm going to tip that back in there for now. We'll see about this bit at the bottom sometimes. No, I think we'll forget that one. Let's open the fresh bag here, which will be fine. As I say, I can't really say a quantity because I just do it by eye, but I think, how do we usually do icing sugar? Is it half butter to the flour, to the sugar? I'm not sure. You're always better off putting less butter in to begin with, and then you can always add a bit more if it's dry. If you put too much, it gets very runny, and we don't want runny. Also, I'm going to add, as I've now found it, to this, some ginger. Again, if we put in sort of half a teaspoon, I can just, that's it, just put in about half a teaspoon or so. Hang on, I think that was a hibernating earwig. As I say, this has been at the back of the cupboard, so maybe an earwig's managed to creep into the lid somewhere. Anyway, right, that's that done. Now to that we're going to add the marge. Like so. As I say, you're better off putting a little bit too, not you know, a bit less than too much. Also, to make it a more creamier sort of middle, add a drop of milk as well. So I'm just going to get this butter so as it's smoothed into the sugar. Also, this recipe, although maybe not this cake, this recipe will go into the recipe book that I'm doing. I will obviously do it again and try and make the cake rise, because I do feel this is a bit of a flat cake this time. So I will then measure out the correct ingredients for the to go into the you know, the middle. Right, I'm going to add a drop of milk. Just, oh, I hope that's not too much. Just a little, just to give it, to bring it together a bit, you know. That's it, that's it. So I don't know if you can see that. And there, like that. If we just mix that all together like that with the butter and the sugar, the ginger, and that's it. Now that is lovely. It needs to be a bit thicker than that. I think a little bit too much milk went in there. So we'll just mix that up there a minute. That's better. It's coming along lovely. It's going to be a lovely butter icing to go inside. Because only I and Bailey are going to eat this, I am not going to worry about the top. We'll just put a bit of sugar over the top. Right, now that is a lovely consistency to go inside the cake. Right, so we get our cake as so, and we pour the mixture onto the base like so, and just spread that over so that it gives it a lovely coating. That's it, like that. Then we get our other piece, place that on there like that. As I say, this does look a little bit sorry for itself, this one. It really hasn't risen, and I would have preferred it to have risen a bit more than that, but it doesn't matter. I'm sure it's going to taste absolutely delightful, and I'm sure that Bailey and I will thoroughly enjoy it. Then just get the sieve and a bit more icing sugar. We just sprinkle over to hide the slightly overcooked pieces. Wipe round the plate like so, and there we have a ginger sponge cake with ginger butter icing. Now to cut a slice, right, first of all I'm just going to put Bailey's bib, oh no, let's cut a slice first before I start messing about with Bailey. Right, we'll cut a slice of this cake. As I say, although it was slightly flat and slightly well done, it actually isn't too bad. It looks rather nice. Let's bring that up to there so you can hopefully see it. Doesn't look too bad at all. And I'm just going to have a little slice myself. Like that. It's lovely, and I'm going to have some of that with after my dinner tonight with custard. Again, can be made into a dessert. It doesn't have to be just a sponge cake. Add either cream with it or custard. It's lovely. Now I'm just going to cut Bailey a little slice, and who's sitting patiently on the sofa. He's looking at me because I'm saying his name. So Bailey, if we can turn the camcorder around, hopefully we're going to find Bailey sitting on the sofa. Yeah. We're going to pop his bib on, like so. Bailey, would you like to just try some of Mummy's cake? So, no, stay there, up there. Here, come on, up here, quick, up, quick. Up here, quick, here, cake, come on, come on the sofa, quick. Up here, get up here, get up here then. Right, sit, good boy. Oh, look at that. Well, Bailey is obviously very impressed. Well, not that impressed. Yeah, oh, he's got his ball, so he thinks he's going to play now. Okay, well, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed seeing Bailey eat a piece of my cake. I hope you've enjoyed me eating seeing how I've made that cake, and we'll have another go at making lavender scones next time. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye. Bye-bye.